We are very excited because at last we have made icing easy with these wonderful icing kits that we have here. We've got a vanilla one and a chocolate one, and these complement our baking range and can be used with our chocolate and vanilla cakes and are delicious with fairy cakes, which we're going to show you how to ice today. What you need is 125 grams of butter, which must definitely be room temperature and mustn't be oily. You must be able to put your finger in and your finger goes in nice and easily. And this must be well beaten, nice and creamy and fluffy to get a nice fluffy icing. And once it is nice and creamy, we're ready to add the icing. Here at the back, we have a tamper-proof seal, which you first remove. And there comes the exciting part. Here you have a complete icing bag, which we're going to use to do for the piping. Then what you do is you turn it upside down. And you can see here we have a line with a pair of scissors where you must cut. So you shake the icing down to the bottom of the bag, like that. And then if you fold it up a bit, and then you take a sharp pair of scissors and you cut along that line. And then you shake out the icing sugar into your creamed butter. Then the surprise in here is your icing nozzle. Nice bright orange, so you can't miss it. Don't beat it in. You must remove it for later. We'll put that there. And then we're going to slowly beat this in. And while that is happening, you take a quarter cup of water, or you can use milk, and you add that. And just gradually mix it in. And you want to beat it nicely so it's nice and fluffy. And once everything's mixed in, you can give it a higher speed. This here is a plain vanilla icing, which is absolutely delicious. And if you'd like to color it, you can use the natural fruit coloring, color any color you like. Just be very careful when you add the coloring, don't add too much. And you can also flavor it with rose water, with a little bit of lemon juice, and you can have lots of fun with it. When we make up the chocolate icing, we use coffee mixed in with the water to make a quarter cup, which gives it a lovely flavor. Right, now we're ready to use our piping bag. Firstly, we have to cut a hole here to put the nozzle in. And it's also got a pair of, shows you where to cut with a pair of scissors. So you cut along that line, and then you put your icing nozzle in the bag and you shake it down. In, push it through to the end, and when it gets to the end, you must take the nozzle and pull it through. Well, pull it until it is secure at the end, so that we don't have any icing coming out the side. And then you take your cup or a tall jug and you put your bag in, and you just pull to the corners a bit, because you want to fold over the top so it doesn't get all messy when you put the icing in. And then just put your hand in and make the hollow. And there we're ready to go. Now, when you've got your icing mix, while we've got it like this, do not add all the icing into the bag at once, because it makes it too difficult to handle. What we're going to do today is use half this icing to spread on top of the cupcakes, and the other half, which we're going to pipe on top. And Elizabeth's going to show you how to do that. So, take your spatula, and then you put the icing in, and you shake it down, and then you fold over the top, and then you press the icing down until you can see it coming out the end like that. And then you want to twist the bag, and there we're ready to go. So I'm handing over to Elizabeth.
I'm going to show you how to turn a cupcake into a fairy. Now, what we need, as Janet showed you, we've divided the icing half into the piping bag and some into the that you've just left. To form a base, before you start your piping story, just use a little of the icing and taking a knife, a plain butter knife, just smooth icing around on top of the cake, and this just forms a little base to work on. And all you need to do is turn the cake in your hand and just smooth the icing completely around so that the surface of the cake is full of icing. Okay? Then, very importantly, before you start icing, it's good to get your eye and your hand in. So practice on a plate, just doing some shapes. Now, first of all, the way to hold the piping bag. Take the bag, make sure that it's well twisted at the back, and hold it in your right hand. If you're left-handed, obviously the other way around. This hand will apply the pressure, so this is very important. With your left hand, you use this hand to guide and to steer it. So by just practicing, you press your pressure, you apply the pressure to the base, and as soon as the icing starts coming out, you practice by just directing it with this hand. And you can get lovely little rosettes like that, or whatever little designs you're wanting. For our purposes today, what we're going to do, right, we've got our little cupcake that we've put our base of icing on, and now we're going to make it look very pretty. So again, you apply your pressure at the back, you start from the outside, and you start going in a circular pattern all the way around, and you work in towards the center until you have a really nice full swirl on top. And what we do then is there are a few various things that you can use to decorate your cakes with today, but what we've selected here today is some little pearls which you just drop over the cake to make it look pretty. Okay, so here we have our cupcakes, which now look beautifully done, and this is great for any special occasion, be it a birthday, a special birthday, a christening, or even a wedding. And what we've done in this case, and it would be nice for a wedding, is you take roses and you just pull the petals off just like this, and you can just put some of the petals on the layers of the cake stand, just to add that final little beautiful touch.